Sweet. Yeah, didn't want to fiddle with it with that weird stuff happening on Instagram. I'm pretty sure that my complaint is going to go unfulfilled by Instagram too, because they just keep changing photos. They were me, and then they were Ryan, and then like espresso based.
Oh, that whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, they just keep swapping. So I'm not impersonating you. I'm impersonating this guy. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Fun.
Yeah. My buddy Eric, the guy that had Nigel make that big ass cleaver for him and stuff, sent me a message laughing at me because the guy, whoever the like hacker was, had more followers than me.
Oh. Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, he's a hacker, dude.
We are live. It seems to be working.
All right. Go while the going's good.
Yeah.
We're gonna take it. It's issues.
Oh my.
Why do you gotta throw a she in there?
Well, that's the quote from South Park, you see.
Oh, I see. We went there.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Where else would we go?
Hey. Ben was concerned that we weren't alive. Sorry to disappoint, but we are.
Yeah, we're around.
Allegedly.
If you're watching this video in after the live stream, words, Jesus Christ, let's say some words. If you're watching this after the live stream, jump ahead about 15 minutes while you will catch the best of worst of What the Shot Show 2024.
Yeah.
It gets weird sometimes after being away for a little while, doesn't it?
Yeah.
A little bit. Takes a while to get used to.
That's it.
So,
yeah. Ben's talking about the situation that I was talking about as we went live.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, indeed.
I should have changed my name tonight to Carol. That would have been hilarious.
It's not too late.
True enough. How do I do that?
I don't know. I've set my name once and haven't thought about it since.
Yeah.
So what are you carrying, everybody in the chat? It's been a bit.
It has been. Like last week, Joe bailed.
I did.
It was also my birthday, so it is what it is. And then other things, New Year's and others. So we're back. We're back for a bit at least. So. But we didn't go live for 2 weeks, and we gained a handful of followers on YouTube. So riddle me that, Batman. It's
a paradox, dude. Like
I don't understand. I don't pretend to understand.
Sometimes it just hurts my feelings.
I have a theory here, guys, and with that, I will actually go first with the carry because you guys are all hesitant and stuff, and I might as well announce I got something new and fun and fancy I've been playing with here over the last week or so. And it's still in the not available on the market phase, but tune in very, very soon for something fancy. I put up a post on my social media with one of these bad boys.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that one.
So with that, that's the Peachy tool. It's got a little box, got a boom, boom, yeah. So
very cool.
Fun. And it's been fun as hell to play with. So we're looking at trying to bring these in. They're still in prototype phase, but potentially being able to get to play with these at the cutting edge is something we're really looking forward to. So
hell yeah.
First review we do for a box cutter.
Yeah.
PGD is hell. Like it's seriously.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't hurt that this bad boy comes with like a little leather pouch to go with it as well.
Very nice.
So
Quick,
Shout out,
quick shout out to Stanton 357 in chat. What is
It
up?
was going to be quick, and then it wasn't so quick. Yeah. So I think the other thing with the followers on YouTube might be the fact that I linked some sort of brand post to my page, which also happens to have a Pokey Factor YouTube link and so on and so forth. So
I see. I see.
we might actually be getting some residuals off of posting some branding.
That's too funny.
So
product.
I guess we know what we're doing next week.
Getting more branded product.
Sure.
It's annoying my wife more with this knife.
No doubt. The clicks, the constant clicks.
It's indeed. I will put it away now, or I will annoy all of you as well.
It's
for the
okay.
entire show.
The noise
not coming
canceling.
through.
I was going to
Yeah.
say the noise canceling is actually working quite well.
You got any clicks?
Nah,
None.
no. Does
None.
this even turn up? Oh, that
no,
one.
no
one came
clicks
through.
on my end. Oh, it's the fuzz. They're onto us. You can hear the clicks.
I guess on that.
On that note, how do you
That
note
note?
that? Huh? Like, that's,
You
I'm
try
gonna
your
click
best.
something else open.
that's a high C. It's a high C note
Yeah.
right there. Yeah.
Terrible, awful. I hate it. But yeah, I guess this week I'm carrying my Spartacus Subvert. I took a little sneaky one out in the wild.
You did. You sure did.
Indeed.
It's a fun knife.
Yeah, this one actually shows up on camera.
Black backdrops help sometimes. Yeah.
Well, even the blade.
Oh, I think he means on webcam,
yeah.
not
It's
fading
not
in and
just
out of existence.
disappearing into your face.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, sometimes you just got to disappear a knife into your face. It's,
You know.
Let's not.
Yeah. You get to do it once.
There you go. Can I see my Savenza doesn't like to cooperate unless it's closer to the camera? If it's
blurs
too
it
close.
out.
Yeah,
It
that's
knows
weird.
it's a clone.
It censors it.
Yeah, exactly.
Avert your eyes, mortals.
YouTube
dangerous
knows. YouTube knows.
You think YouTube cares? You've seen half the shit on YouTube.
Nope. I can't say I've seen even half the shit on YouTube.
I don't think anyone has. There's too much.
God. That's too much YouTube.
Yeah.
Entirely too much.
All right. Good times.
Indeed.
Joe, what are you carrying?
Yeah, I'm returning to stuff that I like more and more because I keep forgetting that I have it. So the last couple days, actually, it's been actually about last week and a bit. It's been the Buck Marksman. Just a weird little guy.
I see.
Yeah, just one of the many strange things that you wouldn't expect to see out of Buck. It's not exactly a spoiler for tonight, but I do want to talk about that monstrosity later. Yeah, I wish that they could continue to make these. I'm not 100% sure why the production stopped. Maybe they weren't as popular as I would have hoped, but yeah.
They should be
Yeah.
more popular. That's kind of it's a neat design.
Yeah, there's been a handful of companies who've tried this sort of locking mechanism, like a modified pick lock with a flipper tab. SOG had the Twitch series that basically had like a sheet steel folded back lock that did a similar thing, but with a spring assist. The action's nowhere near as good as this. Spyderco did a bent wire thing on their Q model. I believe it was the Q. Yeah, this is a really cool concept. Yeah.
Very cool.
Well, and don't forget, every Italian switchblade on the market.
Oh,
You
yeah.
You forgot
The original-
Wait, what is it? That other thing. I'm thinking of it. Oh yeah, that's right.
Well, I was thinking modern interpretation of, right? But I mean, if you really want to, you could go get yourself a what is this thing? A kissing crane stiletto with a manual pick. You could do that.
You could do those things.
But should you?
Or, yeah, spend money on something that came out for 2024. You know,
That's yeah. Instead
There you
of
go.
18s, I actually don't know how old this design is.
Just want to make a
those.
quick shout out to Dick Richards and Brian Mooney in chat. What is up?
Oh,
We
hello,
didn't get a
hello.
woo this week,
I was
and
gonna say, where the fuck is my woo? it's I'm not usually swearing 15 minutes in, Brian. Damn, you got me riled on that one. Like, it's
That's what you happen. That's what you get when you break a man's heart. He starts cussing
yeah,
you out. But yeah,
anyway. Anyway, I digress.
yeah, no kidding. Shit. Oh,
uh, so this was an S90 version. They made a couple weirdy versions, didn't they, Joe?
oh, this was the one
Of
I
the
have is a
Marksman.
yeah. This is a 154 or sorry CPM 154 variant, which is all
Oh, I
backwards here.
forgot that you settled.
Yeah,
That's right.
well, settled. Okay, so this is the only
No,
one that I've like seen in person for the record.
I'm aware of your
Um,
quest for a marksman. That's why it's funny.
but it hurts me, and I gotta tell other people, it hurts. Yeah, they did a limited buck of the month. What, like last year, the year before, where it was an S90V white aluminum handle. It was pretty cool. But actually, I wonder.
I think it's further back than that, Joe.
Oh, is it even? Yeah, I wouldn't
Hmm.
be shocked. They
But
go through a lot. Uh, oh,
in diddly, in diddly.
yeah. I'm just curious at this point, but well, okay. This might take slightly more digging now, but that's okay.
So, shot show, you say?
indeed.
Yes. Shot show. Well, I'm looking at Buck now, and it's not on their website, but I suppose we could start off with the what the fuck, if you guys like.
Sure, sure. Why not?
I'm here for it.
Let's get this weird fucking thing out of the way. It's the Buckmaster 2 Electric
Point
Boogaloo.
oh. It's a point oh. It's
Yeah,
a point
well,
oh.
there's a point oh because there's a big O right in the center of that. Look at that. Look at that big old hole. I wasn't able to grab a photo. Yeah, don't you worry about the way I phrase things. Let me worry about the way I phrase things.
Yeah,
Um,
you should.
I wasn't able to grab a photo of this before we started here, but there's one where there's a piece of hardened steel that goes through the hole of the blade with a spring-loaded tab that holds it in place, either facing like it's kind of C-shaped. It'll either face forwards towards the point of the blade or backwards towards the hand, so that you can use it as an a grapple, or an anchor. Those are together. That's an ankle, of course. Um, I don't remember the blade steel. I think it's 420 high carbon. They're making them for
I
like
believe it is.
$800 a pop, and they're only making 100 of them or 1,000 of them or something like that. Like pretty limited. What the hell?
So I do believe if you
Put a
go to
man on the
one of
moon.
the American competitors and check out Blade HQ,
Oh wow. We'll take a look there too.
they only have the one single picture. But yes, eight
Uh,
hundo.
yeah.
I was hoping they had one of the grapple, the ankle,
The
the
ankle.
ankle grapple.
Yeah. There it is. There. This is the one that Paul had suggested earlier. Is that I go to Knife News? It's just their images are so small, but
And
you can see the
by
Batwing.
ankle grappling, I mean you're going to stab yourself in the ankle after this knife falls down from it not grappling.
Yeah, interesting tidbit. Well, in so much as you can call it interesting, the blade comes sharpened only on the main side for civilians, but apparently for the models that are being sent out to the military, they are going to be sharpened fully on both sides. I guess that just helps with shipping restrictions in the states because even though switchblades are becoming rapidly more available, daggers are still pretty tightly regulated from from the looks of things.
I Want to know which military divisions are getting these? I really do. I want to
It's the Batman
keep
division.
I want to keep a very close eye, fly on the wall type of situation.
Designed to meet the demands of the most critical missions. They don't tell you exactly who they're sending it
I
to.
want to see it. I will start following
It's gonna be some
whoever
division. It's gonna
I
be
need
some
to.
division of the Navy SEALs. Given that it was the original was designed by a retired U.S. Navy SEAL commander,
Let's see.
and
So
I imagine
it's good for fighting the pirates then.
almost exclusively pirates. Yeah.
I understand so much more about the design now. It's for
Yeah.
shooting into a pirate's boat to pull them towards you like an ankle.
It's an ankle pick.
Grab him by the ankle. Oh god.
Drag him over to you. Come
Oh,
here, scorpion style, right?
So
So yeah,
all I'm hearing with this though is that that knife is definitely thinned out enough on the spine that if you are in an area where you can have it sharpened, you can
uh,
just sharpen it.
yes, along the edge because I was gonna say thinned out. This thing's like what is it? Almost a quarter inch thick. It's point oh 0.023 inches.
Thinned out
what Paul's
to
saying
similar
is
At the
to the
that
edge,
main
yeah.
edge.
yeah,
hmm
Yeah,
hmm
that's all.
you can have
Oh,
someone
I
mess it
understand.
up by not knowing how to bevel a dagger. Go and go.
Figure it out. Sue each other. Yeah.
$800. Speaking of sue each other,
Yeah. Let's jump right on that segue.
Yeah, indeed. Who we
so,
suing?
sorry. I think it's actually the same person, but do we know it's on QSP?
Okay.
So we briefly talked about the last time we were together. We quickly dabbled on a fixed bladed canary,
Yes.
Yes.
but just below that, there's a knife called the Variant.
I'll have to look that one.
That if you just go to new releases, it's yeah.
Oh, yes. I think this is the same guy.
Well, okay, so this is Jacob Lundquist.
Brother,
Is it?
son.
I don't know.
They did
That's
specify
that's
in
as much as I've looked at, but I'm just saying, is there some sort of connection?
um
And not saying that they need to sue each other. I'll get there. I'll get to the suing part in a second.
so you are
But
gonna
yeah,
say it.
of course. I mean,
What kind of fool do
doesn't
you take
fall.
me for?
He said, of course, with
2023
his whole chest.
2023 wasn't that far away. Come on.
Yeah, yeah.
It's still, I got residual sue each other from last year, so I got to get it out of my
100%.
system. So
I'd be lying if I said I didn't like it. I'm into it.
there's some variations too. You've got the TI version, which is cool.
14C and TI for like what, 120?
Well,
And
yeah.
14C and Micarta for 52. So cheap, cheapaze. Yeah, because they've got a green and a blue Micarta
They
in
also
the
have
variant.
they got a black stonewash blade, bronze tie handle, and an all black as well. That's kind of neat.
So stuff and things. Anyway, um, if you
Yeah.
go to Kaiser's website and look up the Banish,
Yeah.
new for 2024
Well, it's the
by
same.
Jacob Lundquist.
Yeah. Kind of hard to sue each other when it's the same guy doing the same design
It's the
with a
same
different
designer and the
lock.
same knife, but he's literally sold it to two companies
Are
at the
they
same
both
time.
button locks?
They're both
No.
button locks.
Are they?
Sorry, no. The QSP is not. It's a liner lock. And then the Banish is a. I was going to say though, it is a 154 cm blade. You know,
Versus a
six.
14C 28.
Yeah.
Legally distinct.
So I'm not saying that it's a bad idea to go with Kaiser for your button locks because I have a Kaiser with a button lock that is absolutely fantastic. No slip, no spine whacking doesn't do anything to it. It's great. I have also had some Kaiser button locks with some problems until things
some
were modified.
inconsistencies like we've seen in some companies.
Yeah.
They're not the only company under scrutiny.
I'm
Civivi has, QSP
yeah.
has, Kaiser
Nice.
has. I think everyone's still kind of cutting their teeth with the button locks, right? So yeah.
Yeah, it's there's been a handful of whoopsie daisies,
Yeah. Any
unfortunately.
feedback on Best Tech button locks yet?
Um, Not that I've seen in the negative. I know they've done a few, right? Somewhere. I know that they're also doing a swordfish button lock. That'll be cool. Um,
I
that
like. Do they always do it the same way they do it on the Glock with like the metal ring? Because that's
um,
definitely seems different than everybody else.
I'm not 100% sure to be perfectly honest, and they don't have the button lock on their website yet. I think Knife Center might have it listed here. Oh,
They
right,
do
there's the QSP swordfish. So, maybe it's not listed here either. I think it was MagnaCut though.
what?
Sorry,
Yeah.
what?
So in the prototype picture, they were talking about a weird steel called like Nitro B or something. I can't remember. And there was some weird, everyone was trying to correct them. And they were like, no, we meant Nitro. So I can't remember what it was. But anyway,
Never mind
they're
that
supposed.
B. Never mind that B is right next to V. Sure, it doesn't matter. It's fine.
No, but then like Best
They
Tech actually
confirmed
got
that.
on there and was like,
Yeah.
no, you jackasses don't know what you're talking about. Go look up this other steel that we might actually use. So yeah,
That's funny.
but
Okay.
everyone like it's instead of just being like, oh, they meant D, like go look to see if B is a thing, see if it's something on the market, see if it's done. Like it's yeah, whatever. Yeah. Silly town.
Yes. Very silly.
But yeah, speaking of Jacob Lundquist. Interesting game you're playing, sir. I approve this message, but damn, dude.
Yeah.
It's
Hey, man. I mean,
If you can get away with selling the same design to two different companies,
how weird would it be to find out that QSP is like Kaiser's second string?
I would be shocked.
I would be too, but
Just given the differences in quality in both directions.
all
Like,
right.
you know what I mean? Like, there's certain things that Kaiser does that I wish QSP would do better. And then there's things like the crappy button locks that QSP doesn't seem to have as much of a problem with, but Kaiser, like, half the time I see one of their button locks, it's like, yeah, that button is not tempered, so it mushrooms like crazy. Uh, like just little things like that, I would be very surprised. But then they both have examples of just being like, wow, that's like damn near perfect execution for this $80 to $100 knife. Like, wow, I don't know how you
yeah,
could
at
do
the end
that.
of the day, this mic card a button lock with 155 for is $45 American. So
Yeah,
That's crazy. I
I'm
like that a lot.
curious.
you know.
I'm very curious about how that cutout would be anywhere near comfortable. I don't know whether it's just a proportion of it. It looks like
Joe,
it's deeper.
we both own a smock.
Yeah, okay, but that's also like very square cut corners.
It sure
And
is.
this also has some square-ish cut, but not as square as what I'm looking at on the screen right there.
It'll lock you
I
in
don't know.
real good.
Well, also thinking about it being a sway back, I guess it comes up to the side of your. I don't know. That's a weird design. I would like to hold one because I'd like to look at that blade, but yeah.
Yeah.
And I will also be honest with you, I have no idea what else is new for 2024 from Kaiser. I just noticed that they made the same knife this year, and I was like, what the hell, man?
So here's something else. The blade length on the QSP is 3 inches. The Banish is 2.3, so it's actually a markedly smaller knife.
Oh,
So
I
it's not
see.
quite the same.
So I don't know if I can call it right now. I don't know. Okay, I'm just saying.
Well,
I'm just saying.
yeah.
They're gonna come out with an XL in one company and a mini in the other and play that card next year, and Jacob is gonna be laughing all the way to the bank
You know
whoever
what?
he is. I'm pretty sure he's just Justin with a mustache. Um,
It's creepy seeing him stand next to each other. Yeah.
it's like in a Isham style
Looks
mustache. Like
it looks
it's
like
Yeah.
mitosis.
Oh god.
it's
Too
my
funny.
even evil villain over there. Why
I'm
is he
into it.
wearing a cape? Yeah.
No capes.
How else are you supposed to tell if he's an evil twin?
The
Come on.
mustache.
Yeah. It's fun.
Anyway, what else you guys got?
Are we just jumping around to like
I don't
any
know.
random thing?
Sure. Why
Yeah.
not? Good, bad,
I-
ugly. Who cares? We did the ugly right off the bat. It was a black
Well,
one.
I kind of wanted to continue that.
Okay, cool.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Let's go it up. Is it the Condor fish knife?
Yeah, it sure is.
Okay.
All right.
The Megalodon.
Sorry for stealing your thunder on that.
No, not at all. Yeah.
Does that
I
thing
mean,
have
you
a
can find it right
round
on Condor.
tip?
There's few things. There's
It
few
does.
things. Well,
Oh
no,
my
that's just the
God.
prototype that they sharpen. Hopefully the real ones will have a decent tip. Don't worry about it.
They're gonna
No,
be
but
round.
I think they're selling it as like a knife for on a boat, so it might actually be rounded so that you don't poke
And
a
so
hole in yourself.
And so the tail fins are so you can spike the fish before you start filleting
Well,
it? Like what?
You could also probably untie knots with it.
I was gonna make some
Yeah.
smart ass comment about that's what the tip's for. That's why they rounded it. But
I'm
It's
going to
built-in
go
marlin
with,
spike.
yeah.
I'm shaking my head, sir. How?
It's for making tiny slingshots. I don't know.
So we could
I-
really just
all
like
right.
carry over this entire conversation into a WTF for Condor in general.
Yes, I'm here
yeah.
for it.
Condor did some decent things this year. And then they did
The rest.
some other things.
So
That's
here's
$125 American too, just for the record.
here's the what's new section.
$125.
Yeah, what are they making? Oh wow, I forgot.
you can
14
go
cents.
to what's new on the top. You just can't open anything up without resetting the thing. But
Browse by what's new. Can I do that?
yeah, you certainly can.
Category.
New products.
Am I blind? Oh,
It's an entire section.
I didn't think you could click the header. It's like,
No,
I was like,
it's
I don't
not
know
good,
why.
sir.
I don't know why nothing's there. It's not populating it.
Wow, 125 US.
Yeah,
Why-
that's what I'm saying. $125 for the
Hey
shark
Condor,
knife.
stop making me use the same tab. I want to use more than one tab to look at
Yeah,
your shit.
if they had just like toned it down for a year or so and not come out with stupid shark knives and hammers and whatever the hell else they came out with this year, they could have made
That's a
the
good-looking
website better.
knife. That's
What?
a good-looking knife right there.
Which one?
The Blue River.
The Blue River Skinner with the white.
Oh yeah,
micarta
now they
handles
did the
or whatever it
white.
is.
I like
Yeah.
the white.
440C.
change.
I might actually buy this stupid thing at some point.
They also have
That's
the other Blue River knife that has the turquoise, the like full size
So-
that we have on our shelf. They now have
Mm.
it in a white micarta as well. It's a
Nice.
good looking knife. Yeah. So Condor, good for you guys. Too pricey.
440C. 14C.
Too pricey. 440C for 150 US is like slapping people
Yeah, that
with
cost.
some sort of body part. It might be your hand, but it's not. It's like
Something
Yeah.
mushroom shaped is what I'm hearing.
Well, you can hear
Well,
whatever
I
you like,
mean-
I guess. I just want the Norse Dragon Hammer. I don't give a fuck, man. I want
Dick
that thing.
Richards was talking about buying the BPS mushroom knife earlier in the chat. And by the way, I've handled a BPS knife. We might bring some on the shelf. They're a super good price point for what they are. Stanson 357, if you're interested. Yeah, there's half a dozen models that look like they're pretty banging for a sub $100 price point on BPS. But Amazon's their good seller right now, but that's going to explode in the next 2 years. They're the new generation Condor because Condor is coming out with $155 440C. Yeah, so
Dude,
that's cool.
they're making hammers. With
They are
one-
making hammers.
with
but did you forget
1045
how
for
good the
75
co-
American.
Oh, okay. I'll buy that for $75. Sure. How heavy is it?
Weight is that can't be right. 41.63 ounces. I think they mean 4.163, not 41.
No.
No.
It's like a 4-pound hammer. It's a sledgehammer.
It's a fucking tank, man. They made a sledgehammer
Yeah.
with some runes, and
If you
then
divide that number by 16, Joe.
Hold up.
they're gonna
Hold up.
meow it,
16 ounces to a pound.
just like a 3-pound hammer, right?
Yeah, just under. Like 2.5.
It's a 2-inch. It's a 2-inch by a half-inch by a half-inch. That's not that big.
What?
Their measurements
Wait.
here say 2-inch
Did
by
they make a
half-inch.
regular-sized hammer?
Dude, look at that handle. That's this big.
Overall 12-inch, so that's yay big.
They made
Yeah.
a miniature Thor's hammer
It's a little hammer. It's just a little guy.
for $75.
That's a belt loop. Look at that thing. It's
It's
small.
just a normal hammer.
It's just a
straight
little
up.
guy. It's
No,
just
it's
a
not
little
even
guy.
12 inches is a foot hammer. Like it's
It's a regular-sized hammer. Like a 16-ounce hammer, probably.
Yeah.
like buying a hammer at Home Depot.
Yeah.
So that's
For
that
$75.
kind of hammer. Yeah, but fancy for $75
Yeah.
with a belt loop.
I'm
Maybe
so
it's made
excited
of
about
lead.
it.
Tungsten. You don't know.
It's
But before you got to the hammer, you forgot that they made a baby Cadejo because apparently their original folder was so awesome.
they did such a good job with it, guys.
that they
really,
needed to make a mini.
you should buy it this time, and it definitely is going to be built correctly.
Are you under duress, Joe? Does somebody have a gun to the back of your head?
No, they don't have a gun to the back of my head. They have a baby Cadejo to the back. No, they have they have that fucking shark knife, but not the tip of the knife, but the little spikies.
The
Yeah.
prongies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The parts you gotta be worried about.
Yeah, I don't know how they expect these to sell at all, but
Maybe it's for blocking other blades. You can catch them with the butt of your knife.
well, I mean, they're still making the regular Cadejo, so I don't know. I don't know what to think
Yeah,
about
they
that.
should stop.
And
I'm just-
then
Get some help.
tactical pass tac folder.
What?
I don't know. There's a
What are you
lot
talking
of. Oh, keep going down. Scroll down.
Oh,
sir.
yes, this thing with the nearly 5-inch blade.
It's a 5-inch blade. They're competing with
Yeah.
goddamn Condor or Cold Steel on this one.
I kind of want it, but I'm afraid of that pocket clip.
That's what you're afraid of?
Dude, look at that pocket clip. There's no way
I'm
that's
aware.
gonna
Have you played with the original Cadejo?
fit.
And you're concerned about the pocket clip?
Yeah, look at man,
Out of
look.
anything that Condor does with folding
So,
knives, and
here's the
that's your
thing.
biggest problem?
Here's
Oh,
the
there's
thing,
so
though.
many other things. I'm so scared about this knife.
If at least it's steel in my micarta for the handles. It's not just gonna be just straight shot injection molded, like barely any glass in full plastic. This will actually, they say Zytel, but it was so flexible with the ones we got to play with if they're using that same blend. But it's
Yeah,
14C Sandvik. It's 150 MSRP. That's they're playing with some high prices.
Oh man,
That-
I wanna like it. It's cool.
Yeah, that
The
finish on that
reputation-
blade. Oh,
Do you trust it not to cut all your fingers off, though?
The reputation on that knife tells me it's
no.
going to cut all of my fingers off,
I
and
probably-
maybe some of yours.
Yeah.
Like, why are you holding the back end of my knife? I mean, there's room, but still, let go.
It's a-
like it's.
The handle's long enough to tuck away a 5-inch blade, you know? Like, you're gonna have some handle room.
like
Here, this is.
what's
I gotta
the
cut something really big. You want to help me? It's like
overall length of this thing is 9.5 inches. That's about the same length overall as the police. For the Spyderco police. Like that's a big boy.
That's nuts.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
I
As
want to
bad
like
as
it.
everything is, that clip makes me so angry.
It's well, again, like I could forgive everything else on that knife, and assuming they did things somewhat competently, but there's no room. There's no room under that clip. Just forget about the clip and carry it in a fucking belt pouch. It's big enough.
They specifically says that this knife is sold without a sheath.
Fuck.
It says right on their website.
You're right. I'll neck knife it. I'll make a Kydex neck knife scabbard for it.
Only if it's the molded one that deploys it when you pull it out.
Oh yeah, you
Perfect.
can grind a wave into it, so just chime. Yeah.
Oh no, you can Kydex around the thumb studs. You can get it to work.
I guess.
I
Yeah.
hate
Of course you
I
could.
guess. Yeah, I'm just thinking
all
that
of this.
those thumb studs would probably tear up the Kydex after like the 5th deployment. But
Hate all of that.
well, for Paul's sake, I guess we could move on to something else Condor's done. I really don't like how they keep making me reload their goddamn website because I can't open any more fucking tabs. Uh, but
Yeah, they
anyway,
just show you the picture. Oh yeah, the wild bush kukri knife. Yeah.
the
The
wild
old
bush
wild
kukri.
bush.
Yeah, so like it's the blade comes out further towards the heel. It looks a little bit more flaccid overall. Like, what's the major change slash advantage here? That forward facing section of the bottoms part of the blade? Like, I don't know.
I think the big thing is it's stubby as shit if you look at the specs on it.
Oh, I'd love to look at the specs, but that means I have to. I'm just gonna run 2 tabs here
So
because
here,
fuck,
I'll open the specs here. It's
I hate it so
um
much.
oh no, it's a almost an 11-inch blade. It's not that small. It's a 10
Oh,
and 3/4 inch blade.
okay. So that's like the. What do you
Five
mean,
mil 5 mils thick.
I,
guys? Your fucking website sucks.
there's something off with the shape of that kukri.
Yeah, it's really flaccid. It's extremely flaccid.
Yeah, not digging it.
Is there? Oh, so I can duplicate
It's like
tabs.
Salvador Dali made a kukri and then it melted.
I was gonna say it looks like it melted.
It's, and Stanton, yes, the green folder was the Cadejo. That knife had a myriad of problems.
The handle
Which
was
was
most of that
one of the
myriad.
reasons they went on sale is because a lot of the ones that we sold were not the greatest ones in the world.
Yes.
I mean, you were paying for the Sandvik steel on them at the end of the day.
And now you're paying $20 less for 420 high carbon. I don't know if you
Of
noticed that,
course.
but they switched over for the baby.
Well, yeah. I mean, the baby
I like
can't
that.
handle Sandvik.
I like that fillet knife.
The Samakerta
Sure.
I thought
or
I was gonna
the
say you need to keep.
blind shepherd friction folder.
I think
Yeah.
it's the one beside. I don't know.
Sammy
It's not on the
Carta.
screen, so I can't
Sammy
I
Carta.
can't answer one way or the other.
Yeah,
Can I start calling my Carta Micarta now?
McCarta.
Micarta is
Micarta?
Sucarta.
Micarta.
Just quickly going down. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that guy right there.
Oh, there it is.
Sammy Carta.
The great pioneer Bowie knife. Oh yeah. Talk about that. What the F knife.
Yeah, let's do that too. We should definitely come back to that because this thing's fucked. Um, actually, I did want to talk to you, Dennis, about that because you may have an idea.
Oh, I'm in. I like it. It's
Oh,
stupid.
I
but
love
like
the
it.
overall shape, but why the
No. Do it. Sharpen all of it.
why
not?
why the fuck is it only sharpened in between the vertices of the outline? Like, what is the advantage to that? Why would you leave that secondary tip on the clip blunt?
For cutting
Bending.
rope.
Yeah. You okay? So are you talking about?
I'm gonna zoom right in, so there's gonna be no doubt as to what I'm talking about here.
You got
But-
the Humpty Hump in the middle that's not sharp, and you've
Yeah,
got the
what the
clippy
fuck?
and the clip that's not sharp. So
Yeah.
fighting wise, reinforcement, it's thicker.
Okay, sure.
It won't bend as much, and then it'll slashy everywhere else.
Okay. So
The chop in that clip makes me uncomfortable. Bleh. Bleh.
it's dumb as hell.
But then I'm going to patina the crap out of it and mirror polish the edges, and you're going to get this really, really nice contrast right in that little blue.
Well,
Maybe
Yeah.
after, and then mirror polish. You know,
There you go.
I'm in on this. What's the price of this stupid thing?
164 American dollar reduced for MSRP.
Wow, it's only $10 more than the Skinner for 440C.
Yeah.
They're going back to 1075 on some of their smaller stuff, and the prices aren't going down though. I've noticed that this year.
Yeah.
They were making this trend where all of the smaller knives were now switching to 1095, and the price
Yeah.
bumped a little bit, but it wasn't that bad.
And
And
now
I'm
they're bumping
noticing
back.
Yeah, I'm noticing now that a lot of the smaller blades are bumping back to 1075, and they're still having prices like they were priced at 1095 or
Well,
440C. Apparently,
You say smaller, but this is almost a 7-inch blade. Like this is about the same size as a K-bar or a leatherneck or
Yeah, but
something.
it's not just this knife, Joe. If you look at the
Yeah,
I think the Hawthorne has one. There's a couple. There's a couple that.
that's fair.
And for the record, all of these things say new for 2023.
I mean,
Is that where they say?
you
Yeah,
can't be
look at
expected to
the
change dates. How dare you?
I'm not seeing
look
a
at
new
the
for
big
anything.
list. Oh, the list itself.
It says 2024 new. Do they use the 2023 new for some of them?
Well, yeah, on the top ones have
No,
2023.
they all say
Keep going.
2024.
Oh, weird as hell. Weird as hell. I've got a I've got mine says 2023 on the screenshot that I'm looking at right now. Let me refresh that and see if it says 2024. No, it says 2023.
What the
And
fuck?
it's the same products, it's the same lists.
Hey, Condor, your fucking website sucks. Fix it.
I was like, wait, how far down do I go before I hit 2024 products? Like,
What the hell? Okay, that's
yeah,
odd.
all of mine say 2023 on the list I'm scrolling through.
That's that's bonkers, dude.
Hey, the Druid knife's kind of cool. It's 1075, isn't it? Oh, it's 1095. Look at you guys.
It's a decent shape.
With the
100
sheath,
bucks.
too. Look at the sheath, even. It's a kind of nice flappy overdue thing going on.
The old
Overdue.
flappy overdue.
I want to look at that blind shepherd because that's really pricey for anyway. 1095. 3 mil thick blade. Okay, so they're not overdoing it. That sheath looks okay. That sheath looks all right.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I
Little
like
flappy do.
I like kind of the basic handle shape on that. Very cool.
And then the other one, before we run away and talk about other things, where was it? Stupid Condor and the stupid website. It's a white handle. Look, knife there. Sport Zero Risk Knife. I don't know why they decided to add one more to the Sport Zero collection when Jason Knight was, or Jason Breeden was just starting the K Knight collection.
I don't know.
But this white handled bull nosed whatever knife reminds me of an Olamic fixed blade.
I finally saw the flappy do. Neat.
Oh, it's all right, eh? It's
Yeah.
not bad. It's
Yeah,
a different way to do a leather sheath.
yeah. I like that Druid knife. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
But this thing, I like this little bull nosed some bitch, and it reminds me of an Olamic fixed blade.
It's like the blade is like a mix between a Nessmuck and a Kephart.
Or
very-
like a
it's
moose
odd.
hunter style.
A little bit. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The old hickory butcher knife. The old
Listen,
hicker. The
The
old hicker.
what was it from?
Don't call him that.
from-
That's vaguely racist.
What is that one? That one from Bark River, the like Kalahari Bushman.
Yeah, actually very similar to a Kalahari.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to look at this
I
stupid
dig
thing.
that.
I don't think I can find the Olamic that it reminds me of, but it was the first time I had seen orange lava Kirinite, and that was fun stuff, let me tell you.
It's
That
it's
is
loud.
some.
It's
That-
very loud.
That is some jimping on the
Oh,
blind
yeah.
Hold
shepherd
on.
there. Holy shit! I thought my
That's-
jimping was crossing a line.
That's so when it's closed, you can create some tinder, like a cheese grater rask type of
Yeah,
style.
you could scrape the shit out of a branch and have all your. Wow.
Wow. Yeah, that's aggressive.
The Olamic cutlery was called the RN45. Just the letters RN.
Like registered nurse.
Yeah.
Just like.
And it looks nothing like this knife. It's just been a long time since I've seen it.
I won't bother looking for it then.
Well, no, it's a cool knife. It's worth checking out. But
What's it called? The Olamic.
RN45.
Do they actually talk about using the jimping for like Tinder collection and stuff? 'Cause
No,
that's-
but look at it.
It's got to be right. Like
You'd think.
They
You'd
don't.
think.
They don't say shit.
it's got to be intentional.
1075 for this folder, by the way, because that's what this needs.
Yeah.
Not 440C.
Not even Sandvik. Like what the hell? Come on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
even 12C.
14C28 would have been great. You put it in a Cadeo.
I would have
and then they
considered
took it
buying it
away.
if it was 14C, but I just finished talking prior to stream about how I make K390 Rust. 1075 in my pocket. Jesus Christ,
Oh yeah, that's
It
good.
would crumble.
Your knife would be
dude.
fuzzy.
It's like, why is my leg itchy? Why is your pant just red on the right side? Ugh, that's
Looks
too
like
bad.
you're growing a Muppet inside your
And no
pocket.
sheath. So how do
In your pant.
This
Man.
product is sold without a sheath.
Yeah, so no slip, no case, no nothing.
No.
Figured
Just
it yourself.
1075 in your fucking pocket and just stop talking about it, basically, is what I'm hearing.
Look, Joe, you were talking about making Kydex sheets before. You could totally neck knife this.
Oh my
Yeah, but
God.
okay, hang on a second though. In Condor's defense of you ranting, what's a Ford's carbon steel made out of?
It's L6,
I
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
which is
L6 will turn almost just as fast as 1075, don't you think?
Not in my experience, no. No,
But as far as a purity goes, L6 isn't. There's nothing in it from stopping. I'm looking
actually,
at L6.
yeah.
Swords have
If you could, I have my sword just. No, it's in the other room. I thought it was here.
the swords have like a finish on them too that helps protect. No.
They do have a black oxide finish, but in my experience, like even sticking it, I degreased the blade, cleaned it up with some Scotch-Brite, stuck it into a mango, and it took like a full day for it to go kind of blue-gray. That was several years ago, but it really didn't react that much. Meanwhile, 1095, 1075, anything in that range, it tends to go. Which may not be a bad thing. This knife with a deep patina would look sexy as hell.
I mean, 0.65 to 0.85 for chromium contents.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So low.
Yeah. But you can also make L6 considerably harder than 1075, right? I don't know that Ford does, but I think it can. That might have something to do with it too, because the higher hardness is not going to rust out as quick.
Yeah, I guess the carbon's bound up in that case, right?
Yeah. Honestly, I'm kind of
reactive.
I'm surprised that for this price they didn't just go with a micarta or with a I don't know, just something else. I guess with micarta they would have wanted to have gone with get some liners in there or something like that.
Well, but they've got so much of the axe handles and the whatever type of thing that
In
are
the
the burnt
hickory.
American hit. Yeah, you can almost use offcuts.
Yeah, they probably.
Oh, there are steel liners in here. Weird. Okay. Well, that does mean that you'd be able to modify this pretty easily if you wanted to give it something other than hickory for the handles, but
That's right. Sometimes you just want to put a jelly donut on the side of it.
sometimes.
Segueing to Best Tech. Come on.
Sure.
What jelly donuts? Yeah, QQ. They already have a Blade HQ exclusive with sprinkles, you sons of bitches.
Oh yeah. I know we've talked about that knife, but that
segues into Best Tech, so you can talk about your shit.
That's one of my more exciting knives that I want to pick up this year.
Yeah.
For myself.
This thing's cool, man.
And
actually, the one above it isn't the worst knife in the world. It actually reminds me of the old ZT 808 that I have sitting back on the back.
The Bruv?
Yeah. Has a little bit of that handled, very simple titanium.
Okay, see, this is what I'm talking about when I'm saying the deeper color you can get from Altum when it's thicker doesn't look awful. This doesn't look as bad. I would prefer even darker, but
I mean, I have pretty much become a running term at work that I go tell people that I'm going to go Altum nowadays. So it's, I mean, you take that for what it's worth. It's.
Oh no, still looks like dehydrated piss, but this looks so dehydrated that like it may not be piss. That actually looks like it could almost be amber.
It's getting there.
Someone needs to put a frozen mosquito into it.
Hey. Oh no, they're doing two different versions? Paul, we don't have to have the same sprinkle knife.
Nice. You can have blue, I'll have the pink.
Well, see, they're both blue and pink.
Mm.
So
But aren't they opposite?
they are. So do you want the blue blade or the blue handle? Because there's a pink handle and a pink blade as well.
I think I want the blue blade, pink handle.
Blue blade, pink handle. Yeah, the classic coloration. That's the one that Poker was doing.
But honestly, it's the
Yeah,
brown
that's the
aluminum
OG
that I want.
colors. Is the pink handle for sure.
Yeah.
What's that,
Oh,
sir?
which one? The brown aluminum?
The brown aluminum, I think, is the one that I want.
Fucking gross.
Really? Brown aluminum. This
Because
one?
it doesn't look brown to me. It's like more of a maroon color.
Yeah.
I'd almost
Of
go
all
with
the
the.
colors.
Oh, well, there's a G10 that actually looks brown, but
There is an
Yeah.
actual brown.
Yeah,
and
no,
there's a
it's
purple that actually looks purple.
It's specifically the.
Although the purple aluminum looks pretty okay.
purple aluminum. Did I miss that? I might have.
It's right next to Sprinkle Town.
Sprinkle Town.
Oh, that is. But Black Blade. That's too bad.
Yeah, that's why I went to. Yeah, that's the one. Because it's kind of a little maroony brown.
I'm gonna go green aluminum all the time, but I'm a dick like that. So
Yeah, at least you're consistent.
it's true. It's true.
I can see the purple and black being a good option for somebody I might know. But yeah, I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
design.
So and then, like I said, the Brov, and then the other thing. What is it? The core.
Let's look
The
at the
core.
Brev quick here, and
Absolutely.
then
I don't know the Brev.
4
Where's the bed?
CORE.
Yeah.
Oh, the little fixies. Well, start with the Brev. That's a really square back end. How big is this thing? 3-inch? 3-inch
It's
blade?
condition, Joe.
Don't worry about it.
How big is it?
It's a 3-inch blade.
Okay. That's all right. That's cool. Yeah, it is about like ZT 8080. Let's see if I have this some bitch. Let's see.
About yay big. This is a little over 3-inch. 3-inch cutting length on this guy.
I still
Okay.
haven't seen the Brev.
It's
Joe's
got,
scrolling around, but I don't know where he's going.
he's there.
Are you watching live?
There we go. Yeah.
'Cause okay.
I can't see it anywhere else.
So like
okay.
I said, that's
Yeah.
the knife I was talking about has vibes of is the ZT 808. So
Yeah. I dig that.
I'm gonna cut myself.
Yeah.
Do you worry about Talwar? Speaking of,
Indeed. Speaking of, we should
Towers.
definitely go there. But
We should. But before we do that, Slasher XL, they're just not calling it an XL. They just call it a 3.5-inch blade.
You don't want to talk about the core?
Oh, I do want to
Oh,
talk about the core. We're going to talk about things before we leave.
Here's the slasher first. The 3.5-inch D2 blade. Yeah.
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 They just don't say it's XL anywhere. They just call it a slasher still. It's just a bigger slasher.
Isn't X? Well, maybe that's because the 3.5-inch blade isn't really an XL blade. It's just kind of a blade.
Look, they're waiting to release it as an XM later.
Fucking extra medium. I hate it.
Yeah.
Man. I was gonna say, what's a large Sapensa? That's a almost a 4-inch. It's a 3 3/4.
If you're going to look at one of the cores after, you should look at the dark gray one.
Well, fine.
Screw all the rest.
Well, I already opened up the black, so you could just.
Oh, fair enough.
No. Which one did you want to see?
I'm with Paul. The first one.
The dark gray.
Yeah, the first one, the dark gray, is
acidy dark stonewash.
Acid dark stonewash.
Acid.
Hey, is that a who did the pins and the blades? Is that an Ellishwitz thing?
Yes. I believe
Is
it's
this-
an Auschwitz.
Is this an Ellishwitz thing?
No,
I don't recognize
no,
it. So.
no.
It's a little
I'm thinking about a
fox.
different knife. I apologize.
this is Volpex,
Volpex Designs.
Okay.
which is the same guy who does the Void, which is the folder. we just got recently.
Right. And that also hit the pin. And this has a little drainage
Correct,
hole
sir.
for the pin. That's adorable. So now your pin can get dirty even if it's sheathed. Enjoy that.
It's just adding to the patina of life.
Well, I mean, it's like the circle of life with the patina of life. 14C. Yeah, it's a cute little guy. Oh, it's not
Yeah,
too little. It's almost a 3.2-inch blade. That's not too small.
that's a decent sized little knife, like 7 something overall, I think. I like the
Think
fact that
That's
they drilled a hole in the sheath so you can see the copper
Well, that's what I was saying. The little
slug.
drainage hole for your pin, so that it can patina even when you're protected.
Yeah,
um I think a
I'm
blade with that amount of length needs more of a handle, so you better be doing something with that shit. Wrap
oh
it
I'm
or
I'm gonna
something.
wrap the shit out of it.
Wrap
Yeah,
it up real good.
I legitimately spent like probably more than 20 minutes kind of running through in my mind exactly how I'm gonna wrap it around to go from a wrap from the third hole all the way back through to a lanyard at the end.
So the other thing I'm looking at on this is I know it has the flare along the spine, but it also has a pretty good mold. And depending knife to knife, it's got a pretty good mold along where the plunge grind is. I
Mhm.
might consider cutting that kydex and altering it a little bit.
So you can get a full grip with your finger on the choil
Well,
before drawing.
well, not just that, but also being able to wrap it slightly higher to be able to help fill it out a little bit more
Hmm.
Yeah.
by pushing where the kydex is. I'm just saying, I did it with my tops, the Viking Tactics. What is that stupid knife that I have? That I cut the crap out of that kydex sheath because I knew that the pinch was good enough that it could take it.
Right.
But
And
do you neck knife it?
I could.
Fair enough.
Undoubtedly, yeah, for sure. And I think that might depend knife to knife on how good that plunge grind clicks. You
The
know,
way that I'm
Uh,
picturing in my head, everything from that like the front hole forward, it would be like a nice little pinch with the hole
with
there to kind of pinch around and
Yeah, if you just wrap it back, then the grip would kind of be like that. Oh, like that Benchmade knife with all the grooves. The Hunter. What the hell is that thing called?
with all the grooves.
It's got the grooves. It's got all the grooves.
ah,
Saddle
grooves.
Mountain Skinner?
We have two different versions of it on our shelf. It was, um,
Oh, the raghorn.
yeah,
Yeah, it'd be like a
Oh,
raghorn.
the side jump.
yeah. Sorry, that would have been way more specific. The side jump. Yeah, because with that, I imagine it's going to feel somewhat similar to where you have that full choil, but it's just flat steel, and then you have
Yeah,
some bulk behind it. I don't think I would hate that, and honestly, I might, if it were me, I might just leave that sheath alone.
Hey,
Just
teacher, leave
yeah,
that sheath alone.
yeah, pretty much.
like
That's yeah, that's not awful. It's not awful.
Good jobs. Good jobs. All
we
right.
will see how
All
it
right.
turns out.
Next knife. I don't know. I don't even know what we're talking about next.
Well,
Oh, we kind of
cold steel. Is that
yeah,
the yeah?
we were
Oh
talking
yeah.
about something from
Yeah.
Cold Steel.
I
I forgot what it
Ah.
is now.
No, custom series, sons of bitches. It's the custom
Yeah,
Mm,
series.
I
the toe.
managed to grab just one photo. Where did it go? Here it go. Bringing back the Spectre. They're bringing back the Caledonian Edge, and they're also bringing in. And I didn't grab a photo of this because it doesn't look any different than the original. The Archangel. So all of you Bally flippers who have wanted what has become a fairly legendary butterfly knife, they're bringing it back. Um, so these two from the custom series, they're for this year they're doing kind of a blacked out approach. From what the rep was saying, it's going to be mirror polished blades and bolsters and all that going forward to go with the original look. But for this reintroduction, black DLC, 20 CV for the blade steel, some kind of carbon fiber in the handles, titanium liners though, titanium bolsters. Yeah, I want these things. I didn't grab a
Hidden
photo.
hardware, deep pocket clips instead of
Yes,
standard.
they did.
They've changed some things from the OG custom
Yeah,
series. Speaking of OG custom series, that's that Telwar
yeah,
right.
that'll be
That's a
cool.
fancy one. Here's a fancy one. They'll do it. They said they're going to release the whole series throughout the course of the year. So this is the first two that they've
That's
got ready to
exciting.
go.
There is
I
also a
really
drop
like that
point.
Caledonian Edge.
There's a drop
Sorry.
point Spectre, is all I was gonna say. I didn't grab a photo of that, but it's just a skinny drop point blade. Um,
It reminded
Yeah.
me a lot of. I'm trying to remember. Was it a Bamboozled from CRKT? Kind of
Yeah, kind of stubby
similar
almost.
blade shape. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Stanson's asking where is the price, and I'm not sure if he's talking about this knife or a previous knife, but
I think it was the best tech he was talking about, but these knives are uber expensive. I'm
Yeah.
guessing $400 to $600 doolios.
diddly doodlies.
So the only listing I was able to find when I was looking was on Lamnia. They have I believe it's a
Yeah,
coming
but they
soon
put an
section.
M and an N together in a word. So how much do you trust those sons of bitches? Like it's
I trust them about as far as I can throw them. Which is to say, I can't because it's a website. There we go.
You
Cold
just pick it
steel.
up with your mouse, and
So no pictures for any of these guys. The Hawkbill Spectre forged carbon fiber. That's what they're calling it. 421 American. Oh, by the way, they're doing
all
a
right.
Swift 3 with M4 for 250 American, which is kind of neat.
And then a recon with MagnaCut.
Yeah, that Caledonian Edge is 608 fucking American dollar dues, though.
I'm sorry. Can you
It's a
repeat yourself?
no. I don't think I will.
That was the same laugh. I'll
Yeah,
repeat the laugh
Yeah,
for you.
yeah. 600 and how many dollar reduce?
$608 and 55 American
Oh,
fuck yous.
Yeah, 55 cents.
American.
Not 99. Not
Well,
39.
I'm pretty sure their website here. Oh no, I'm sorry, that's Canadian. Oh, well, isn't that interesting? Oh, I can't find USD. Oh, there it is. It just didn't come up. Okay. Okay, 478 American fuck yous. That's still a lot. But that's substantially less than I had originally imagined. And now that I know this website auto defaults to Canadian, that makes me much more excited for the Spectre because 420 is still a lot. But
So here's an interesting question because I know you mentioned the Archangel, you mentioned the Swift, just the M4, which jazzes me to high hell because it's their assistant
yeah,
folder, and I never got to play with the original Swift.
Hmm.
XHP, I think they even threw a
Ooh,
variation of Swifts out there with XHP. There
briefly,
are like rare
briefly, yeah,
candy in the mist. They're better than a gorilla, for the record.
yep, yep.
What's a 5 max go for?
A lot.
More than a Caledonian?
Um,
How many maxes can it be?
well,
How many gorillas can you fit into that mist?
so the 5
That's the
Max
question.
Elite. Why are you like this,
How many
Lamnia?
gorillas can you glue?
So, okay, hold on. I think I have to switch back. Oh, well, okay, we'll just stick here. Canadian is
I can
not the
get at
problem.
least 3 of them together before they start to get pissed off, Paul.
It's
But
about it's about four it's about 4 American
before
for
they
the
pull
5
you
Max.
apart.
Well, the first 2, you can be playful about the whole thing until they realize it. It's the third one where it gets dangerous. Sorry, Joe. We're not listening to you anymore.
It's just under 4 American for the 5 Max.
Okay, so it's comparable with a Spectre then,
It
as
No, the
far as
spec. Well,
pricing goes.
sort of. Spectre's about $70 cheaper, roughly, American,
Okay, okay.
thereabouts.
silly talk of 5 max. I guess next year it's the 6 max.
It's the Lotto Max.
Mm-mm.
50 million.
Yeah.
It's a really big knife.
It's
So
a lot of knife.
now the Archangel, they say here that they're listing it with black aluminum and Oz 10A. That must be, I don't know whether that's an exclusive for Lemnia or whether that's just a different variant, because the one they talk about in all the videos I've seen and at SHOT Show was not black at all. It was bare aluminum, and I thought it was S35. So maybe this is the budget version for 200 and there's a more expensive variant. That's just speculation at this point, though. Oh yeah, and an Italian-made Recon 1 with MagnaCut.
What?
Yeah.
The Recon's made in Italy just because of MagnaCut?
Yep.
It's being made in the Viper factory.
More than
Or in
likely.
the Lion Seal factory.
The something that's with what is it? MKM. Yeah.
MKM, yeah.
Well,
Do
but
they
just
specify
yeah, who else
here?
has MagnaCat out there? I know Lion Steel and Viper. Who's the
Um,
other?
Everybody.
Fox. Fox has. Yeah,
Fox
Fox
works with
has
it.
too.
Yeah.
God damn, who knows where the hell it's coming from then?
Yeah.
Space.
Good times. Good times.
Hopefully
Okay.
not.
Recon 1 and MagnaCat's kind of neat. Kind of dig that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's one of those things where like it's a definite improvement just knowing how guys treat their recons. But I
That's
don't
what I
know.
mean. Like,
I've abused mine pretty hard, and the hologram of that Tonto has not seen major chipping or anything like that, and that's just S35. So I
but
how much benefit are you realistically going to get?
I've
that's it.
seen. I hate to say it, but I've seen like triads give out more than, and I've had
Really?
pin. Yeah, I've seen 2 or 3 times where like pins and stuff were just like cranked to the point of failure, and
Hmm.
Oh,
then they're just
the
not a good.
lock itself failing, but like
Yeah, yeah,
the blade is fine. It's just the
yeah.
lock is busted to shit. Yeah, that
Okay.
sucks. So
And I
I
mean,
yeah,
I would have felt comfortable batoning with it.
I
I
How
have
you
would
said that.
too.
batoned mine. Yeah,
Okay, hard use versus abuse, Paul. We've talked about
Okay,
it in the
that's fair.
past. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And you can abuse a knife only so much before steel pins start to degrade. It's giving it to Geo.
Yeah,
So yeah.
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 Um, what I was gonna say though is the Recon really just needs to be nicknamed the Mecon because of the Magnicut.
Oh, I don't like it.
The Mecon. Macon.
Mm, that's I don't know why, but I'm picturing a meat pecan, and I don't like it.
A meat pecan? Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about
Is
it,
that
meat.
like a pecan that's like carved from meat to look
No,
Yeah,
like?
or like
it's
it's a
like
pecan that somebody's implanted with meat that's now grown into it.
I was
Can I
thinking.
grow a pecan tree that grows meat?
I was
I
thinking of like
fucking hope
I
not.
was thinking of like those wasps that build, or is a type of, is it African honeybee or Australian? A honeybee that like collects meat and makes it into a nest, and like the
Oh,
honey that like
I'm in. That sounds like the
yeah.
best honey in the world.
I've always been
Meat honey.
curious. I've always been curious, and now that I'm saying it, I can't remember if it's a wasp or a bee,
Mm-mm.
technically speaking. But
It's
it's
got
like
the right amount of fat and salt all
Blech,
together.
blech,
it
blech.
comes pre-cured and in paste and wax form.
Literally, like
Blech.
that's just bee jerky is what you're making right now.
Oh, I think we found Dennis's spirit insect.
Oh, straight up. He's I'm gonna make a hive with a roast.
Blech, blech.
And Paul's gonna just puke.
Oh,
I
I
can
love
I
it.
can smell it, and I
I
don't
love it.
like it.
Oh yeah. It smells like
Blech.
success.
Oh,
All right, let me check my list.
All right, what else you got? Yeah. These are cool
Um,
as shit, by the way. And the fact that they're gonna come out with all of them makes me excited-renoed. A
especially that they're
Hanamoto, a Black Sable.
so the fact that they're going back to like the bullshit chromed finish they used to do on all their aluminum and titanium stuff. Oh, that makes me happy. I
Okay,
am
so they
excited
did
about the
say,
Spectre, but I want to see the mirror finish. Yeah,
didn't they say in the first run they're gonna do them blacked out, but they might go back to mirrored
they
after the first run?
I think they basically said that is the intention. That is the plan, is to go back to the full mirrored once they're done with the first run. Now, I don't know if that means that the introductory models that they're doing now are going to transition, or if they're going to stay with the black finish. I hope that they'll transition, because then I might cave.
well,
And
they can
buy some
catch
shiny
people
shit.
buying more than one that way too, right? There are guys
When
that would buy both.
One
we
would hope.
say full mirror, like we're not kidding, guys. Like,
Yeah.
look at, yeah,
Mm.
damn knife.
Like
It's full mirror. Hey, how you doing, boys? That's
This
all
is-
of the
That's
boy.
like Rockstead levels.
There's a boy.
this isn't
There,
quite as
there's
mirror,
there's another guy.
but I've
There's,
also carried and used this thing. Oh, you can see my keyboard pretty good in that though.
Mhm.
Man,
I can see Joe's Balasong with his keyboard.
yeah. This
Yep.
cheesy 80s bad guy finish, like, give me that shit. Come on. Awesome. Especially when so much in the knife world, like even the stuff that's been coming out outside of the weird stuff, it's like, yeah, it's all starting to look kind of samey. And I don't think that's necessarily just because we've been in it too long. I think there's just a lot of the same coming out. So please, Cold Steel, keep re-releasing this cool shit. This looks awesome. I am so excited. Of the stuff I wanted to talk about, this is the stuff I'm most likely to buy, I think.
Hmm?
Like, goddamn.
That Caledonian Edge is speaking my language.
If it wasn't so fucking expensive, man. It's
Yeah,
yeah.
I remember the OG ones, and they probably on the next on the list when it comes to this custom series, the original Caledonian is probably the
Dude.
next kick myself knife.
If they ever come out with a like an original finish version, like not this black, and like maybe drop $100 because they don't have to do all the DLC, I would buy it. That would be my go-to for sure. Uh, and for those curious, it is right in between the size of the largest version of the holdout and the smallest version, which I would helpfully hold here, but I seem to have misplaced.
Doesn't that make it the size of the medium version?
It does, but they don't make the medium version anymore.
Of the holdout?
Yeah, otherwise I'd buy it because I already have the other
Right.
two. Yeah.
That's
No, dude,
too
fuck.
funny.
It's the nicest size out of the bunch. Like I like the small one, don't get me wrong, but it is really small. It's about the same size as the native.
All right, all right. What's the next thing we're talking about?
Um I could jump in
Have we
unless Paul
talked
has
about?
something specific.
No, give her.
Protec's coming out with a manual version of the TR3. That's it.
I should know what that knife is.
Yeah.
That's
I should know.
yeah. It's this
Is it
guy.
Oh yeah.
Godfather or something?
And it's a thumb stud knife, which means the
Mm.
detent's gonna be nice and crispy. I'm fucking excited.
Until I press the button. Then I
Well,
can
yeah, and then
fling it
and then-
out.
Yeah, 100%, fucking 100%. So
This looks like a Les
yeah.
George design.
so no, the TR3 I think is a Trizola. I think. You know what?
It's
Hold
not
on.
a thumb plate, really. Screw you, Protect. Put a thumb plate on your Chizola like a man. Like,
Is that a dual grinded edge on that? Is that what
Yeah,
I'm seeing?
yeah, it sure fucking is. That version in particular, I think, is a prototype.
oh, so there's not too late to put a thumb plate on it? Sweet.
There you go.
Dennis, just come
What?
on.
They're making a comeback, I'm telling you.
I hope not.
Okay, it may not.
Hey,
it may
shut
not,
your face.
It may not actually be a Trizola. I may have spoken out of turn there.
It's going to be a Les George, and then it's okay to have thumb studs.
Plates are
I don't
bullshit.
even know. I don't even know.
I'm looking up the TR3 on their website to attribute the designer because this is basic information I should know, but I
It's
honestly don't
Jacob
remember.
Lundquist. He's just sitting there with a mustache.
Just twirling like a motherfucker. TR3 Elite Anniversary Edition. That's fine. Tell me who made it. Specs.
Is it a mother of pearl button on this thing too?
It is. Yes, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Why would
Okay, it might actually just be an in-house design. They're not saying, even on the 20th anniversary edition, they're not saying who designed it. So
Do they make this
Um,
in a fully like brassed out engraved handle? Like is it the Godfather that they do like
yeah,
that?
dude, they do special versions of all their
Oh,
knives. Of course, they
I
have a
love that knife.
crazy bullshit version of this knife.
Show me the crazy bullshit. Why are we
Well,
looking at this one?
Well, what the fuck do you think, dude? Because this is the manual version. All
Because
the
this
other
is
ones
the
are
manual
automatics.
version.
Oh, they're all
Yeah.
automatic? Okay.
Yeah, that's
I was
why
hoping that. Okay, fair.
They haven't got there yet, damn.
they,
Dude, this is proto.
After we
Gotcha,
finish,
you're acting like one of the goddamn customers in the shop.
I
You got it in the store yet?
well, I just want to know. I want to know what I'm getting.
Okay, well, here's a fancy one. Here's a fancy one. You want to pay some fucking money and get some fancy bullshit? Here you go.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
want to smuggle something into our country? Here you go.
No,
Smuggle this.
no. I'm waiting for this and that other one in the
Hey,
manual.
Paul. It's $9 grand. It's $9 grand American. Go fuck
see.
yourself. That's go fuck yourself money is what that is.
I'm sorry.
So-
Did they put a stamped steel pocket clip on a $9,000
No.
knife?
That's a hand engraved stamped steel pocket clip on a $9,000 knife, sir. By Bruce Shaw, I think. So that pocket clip is worth more than most of the knives in your collection.
Oh, fair enough.
I don't
That's
know
a
if
good
that's
looking
Just
knife,
true.
though.
because, just
Um,
because of who engraved it.
oh, dude, if it's Bruce Shaw, then yeah, his work is not cheap. Yep, Bruce Shaw.
Did he
So,
do the whole thing?
dude, yes, yeah, he did all the
Yeah.
engraving, the
Hell
inlay
yeah.
work, and all that. It looks like, yeah.
That
Vegas
is
Forge
absolutely
stainless
gorgeous.
Damascus blade. Yeah, no, ProTech, in terms of like uber fancy bullshit, ProTech has always done some of the nicest looking work.
I'm probably not gonna say a lot if I ever win the lottery, but there will be signs.
Yeah, $9,000 pocket knives will be some of the more easy to spot signs. Here's
Yeah.
a better picture of what that blade would have looked like, or at least an approximation.
I
They're
know I'll
co-
have a
they're
black snow
compound
custom.
grinds. The blacks, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Their
There's a couple
compound
things
grinds are
out there that
nice. Anyway, that this isn't new. The fact that it's manual is new, and I find that very exciting.
that fish scale is kind of interesting.
Yeah, they've done their fish scale pattern a few different times with like different variances in line thickness. They did, oh, what was it? It was a thinner version in their Runt series, I think.
Hmm.
That's a cool knife that actually would make a nice little manual. Just have it like the QQ from Best Tech where you press the button and snap it out. That'd be a good form factor for that.
There's a lot of ProTechs that would be nice as a button
Hmm.
manual,
I've
but
thought about
yeah.
like potentially like how legal would that be if I could just find one without the firing spring? Like theoretically, it'd be the same as a button lock Elementum, but
Indeed,
eh,
indeed. We want to jump over to something completely different. I was
yeah,
thinking tops.
Yes.
yeah, let's do it.
Yep.
I did not get a photo of tops from Paul? I don't think.
I sent you 2 photos from Tops.
Yeah. Nope, you
Nice.
did. Okay,
Yeah.
I
let's.
didn't send you shit.
So we'll do the frog market afterwards. But here's the full lineup. There we go.
Indeed.
Trying to resize that shit. Okay. Okay. Is that coming through? Yeah.
There's probably a lot of exciting things on this page, but there's only one that I really care about, if I'm being honest.
You're such an asshole. Like,
Yep.
Oh.
like
There's a
it's so inconsequential, that
yeah,
knife, compared to
100%.
anyone else that knows anything about knives is
Yeah.
just hating you so much right now.
Yeah, I feed on that. That's how I gain my sustenance.
Yeah. Not surprised. Not surprised.
Shall we talk about the one that is the important thing?
Well, no, talk about your goddamn frog market. That's fine. Or is that the
Yeah.
important thing? What's the smallest one below the frog market?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It has the very Riot Jim Skelton fixed blade
Yeah, a
vibes
tibia
to
or
it.
something.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know what it is. I don't hate it though. I like it more than Jim Skelton's Riot version. It's
No
Oh,
comment.
uh-huh.
I personally like it more. It's
Still getting sued.
yeah, probably. Anyway.
Yeah, they made a mini frog market, and it's like neck knife sized, and I need it.
You can show that picture because that's it's fun.
fun.
It's fun. As much shit as I give Paul.
Yeah,
The mini frog market should be a fun one.
It's actually
this is something in my mind that like every time I see this knife, and I think Dennis actually mentioned it because he's the one that introduced me to the full size. It's the knife from The Simpsons. Every time you see Mo pick up a kitchen knife, it's this.
The way that like rough and Ren or not Ren and Stimpy. What's the Itchy and Scratchy knife? Yep. Like every time either one of the cat or the mouse straight up pick that knife up.
I mean,
if you get Mo,
yeah, that's
Simpsons Mo
it.
2, he's got 2 in his hand. I want to buy 2 of them for the meme of it.
Yeah. Well, even this chip to hell one that he's got. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Itchy and Scratchy knife as well. I'm pretty sure if you were to type
100%.
Yeah.
I
don't even know if that would actually be a thing, but it was in so many episodes with knives. It better be like.
She's
It's
scratchy knife. Well, there it is
Many
there.
knives. Many knives that
There's
look
another
just
one
like a
there.
frog market. Yeah.
yeah.
It's how any cartoon knife is drawn. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's Tops was the only ones that are like, we'll do it for real.
I'm into it.
I got your cartoon right here.
I love it. It makes me smile. And of all the ones that they miniaturized, it seems like it needs the least amount of work to just come out.
It's the
I will
most.
say, out of the three, if you go back to the original, they did the El Chete cleaver, or no, El Chete chopper. El
Yeah.
Chete, and then what was the cleaver?
El Chapo.
The
El Chapo.
El Chapo cleaver.
Gotta get chapped.
Yeah. Chap chap chap.
But it's funny that between the El Chapo and the El Chete, there's three knives because of still such a size difference with the blade on the El Chete. So they're like, we've got a couple in between these two that it's going to look weird if we put all three of those together. And then go back. Go.
Sorry, I kind of want the cleaver as a neck knife too.
Yeah, I'm over that. I'm over cleavers so hard.
Yeah,
Over
that's
cleavers.
completely fair.
But the is it the Bull River? I don't know. Bull Trout? I don't know. The one, not the white boning knife, but the one above it with the blade to handle ratio being all weird. I like it. I like it.
Not the white one, but the one up. Oh,
With the giant.
yeah, the one that's behind that or underneath that weird Pokey thing.
Yeah, the P-Cal. That's I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
By
little
Itchy
boning
and
knife.
Scratchy. Yeah.
That one. I like that knife a lot, actually. That looks like a super useful, like, kitchen knife.
Well, the boning knife, but I'm talking about the Bull Trout, Bull's
The one just above it.
Pucky. I don't know.
The fifth one from the bottom.
You're
Yeah.
not talking about the Medusa,
Correct.
but the one below it.
Yes. It's got a zoom in. You can actually see all the names when you do zoom in on them, but they're clear. They're clear enough.
It's kind of, yeah. The river rat.
There it is, bull trout. You know, that was one of their other knives. That's the best part. That's also a Tom's knife. It's not this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that stupid thing. Yeah.
It's not
Yeah,
bad.
it's cute.
Have you ever thought your Tanto needs more forward tip than
Dude, that's
straight edge?
fucking nearly 90 degrees.
You're like, I'd like to have a Persian and a Tanto in one.
I've lost my zoom. What have I done?
It really is like 90 degrees.
It's
Well, what have you
goofy.
done?
I fixed it, but it's
Oh,
And then the El Chete. Yeah.
yeah.
if they can fix that handle so it fits at that size, I want it. It looks like a great little belt knife, and like you said before, Dennis, it's a tomahawk.
Artisan cutlery, whatever it is. Yeah.
How long is the blade on this little El Chete Mini?
Probably like 5 inches, because if they shrunk it down to like, I don't know, it was what, 10-inch blade normally or 12-inch blade normally, something like that.
Yeah, I think they're like half size or something. I'm pretty sure they say, but they shrunk them all down. I think the same amount.
Oh, that's dumb as hell. But
Yeah.
I mean, they're gonna sell a pile of them, so.
Okay,
They
We're
started as
done.
Christmas ornaments.
we're done messing around with stupid talk now.
Are we? Are you sure about that?
Well, for tops knives, probably not actually. There's probably one or two more that I want to talk about, but we have to talk about this.
Yes. Okay, that's where I thought
Yeah,
you were
Yeah.
upset with me before, as where I
of
assumed.
course. I want to talk about the kukri with the karamba ring because I want that knife, and I hate the fact that I fucking want that knife.
Yeah.
But if you're not talking about an abanico in some sort of way, you're doing it wrong.
So, what the hell am I looking at?
Oh, do you want to do pressure points with your blade at the same time? Because that's
No.
what these are for. Is like it's totally yeah. All the joint manipulation.
What's the hole through the handle for?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair.
I should know. I did know at one point in time.
You
I
put
knew
it.
all the
You put
things.
it. You put a stick through it, and then you can spin the knife on the stick as you're poking people with the stick.
No, that's not correct, sir.
So if they try and take the stick from you or the knife, you just pull it backwards.
Choppy
and then-
choppy.
To
Yeah.
tell the truth, Dick Richards actually might know because we've talked about the Abanico in the past. And yeah, Also sharp on the backside of the swedge, not so much on the spine. But yeah, pressure point joint manipulation. There's two different versions. Mine's the 5-inch. They do actually make a 7-inch. Mine's the smaller one. Oh, just for the record.
Yes. Is that
So
actually what those things are for? It's not a guard?
it is somewhat of a guard, but yeah, straight up. Like it's hooking and trapping like a karambit, but with extra and good at what it is too.
Extra persuasion.
There's jimping on the front. Like you're
Yeah.
catching with jimping. Like and then there's an edge on top of that when you roll into that. Yeah, it gets all sorts of good times. Like there's things with this knife. I don't
There's
know what the
techniques.
whole is with the thing, but I've owned this knife as long as I've pretty much run the knife shop. Because I was like, that's weird as hell, and I want to know more. And then I learned a little bit, and that was 15 years ago, and now I don't know nearly as much. But yeah.
That is fair. Time makes fools of us all.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Apparently it's to tighten the hand grip and guard. I don't know what that means. Do you put something through it to like tighten your grip on the knife?
Yeah, like I've seen on some smaller and even some larger fixed blades where you have two different tie-off points for lanyards, and you can kind of have like an extra bit of security for your knuckles. I don't know how well that would work in this situation though.
I know I did that on my Camp 18. I tied a lanyard between the two that if I can't drop, like even if I let go of the knife, it won't come off my hand.
Made a
unless
paracord
Yeah,
T-guard, for lack of a better term.
Well, but yeah, but it goes on the flats rather than in the front.
Yeah, but either have you seen guys chopping at stuff with like a kukri or a big knife, and they have a lanyard like attached to their wrist to the bottom of the knife, and it's just like you're gonna die in the woods, sir.
Well, the way that I have it set up is if it was to come off my hand, it goes.
Oh,
but
yeah,
it's probably
for sure.
not going to come off my hand. It's going to stay upright.
But if you just lose your grip a bit, it's not going anywhere. It's bound there.
Exactly. It's bound
Whereas
on the flats.
If it's literally a cord that goes off to your belt or off to your wrist or something, it's going to pendulum down.
It's a pendulum,
and catch off of you and stab yourself in the thigh or something stupid like that. Like it's.
So he's saying that the hole causes your hand to grip it automatically. Now, I don't know if that's a suction effect or what it may be, but the hole is some sort of grip reinforcement.
Okay.
No, that's
talk to Bram Frank about it. So shoot him a DM.
What he's talking about there, from what I understood, that was if you look at the finger choil on the main edge side, there's a finger choil, and then it jumps forward a little bit, and there's a finger choil on the back of the guard as well. And if you slip forward on that knife,
oh yes,
it automatically makes you grip tighter.
That's correct. Yeah. Where you're
kind of mousing right in that area.
Yeah.
This here, yeah. Might be a couple second delay, but
yeah. Yes, correct. That little ridge. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we were more curious about the giant hole towards the back end of the knife, and
Dick Richards is actually joking that he doesn't know. Maybe speed hole.
Okay. Yeah.
If I were to guess, maybe survivally lashing to a spear, maybe lanyardy like you guys, something like that. With that front hole and that back hole, if you were to lash it to a spear, it'd probably lash really good where those anchor points are.
Yeah.
And then with that cross guard, it's survivally. But I don't know if that was necessarily involved with this knife, because this knife is going to stab someone 100 times and then run away from a combat situation.
I was gonna say I never really understood the idea, like giving you pressure point manipulation abilities on a knife that is better suited just to going into something. Like if I wanted a pressure point manipulation, I feel like a knife is just you're a few steps removed from worrying about pain compliance.
So your knife doesn't always go where you want it to.
Yeah.
And so when it doesn't go where you want it to, and then you have extra reinforcement to come back and maybe put it on the backside of where you want it to, or whatever it may be. So it gives you options is ultimately what it's coming down to. It's giving you options that when in that situation you don't have perfect placement, maybe you can drive one of those things into a soft tissue manipulation, and then as you're drawing it back out, get a cut, get a whatever, blah, blah, blah. Anyway.
So the hole,
that's not Canadian talk at all.
So the hole then is for slipping around people's pinkies and breaking the pinkies. That's what the hole's for.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, 100%.
My first thought was like the meat crafter.
And also not Canadian. Are you aware of the horrible things we've done in the world wars? Anyway,
Don't worry about it.
but that
Just
Karambit
like
kukri.
Canadians, we don't fucking talk about it, okay? It's,
Fair, fair.
Bury your head in the sand and it'll be fine.
Uh, yeah. So
Is
that
that a pot lifter on that kukri?
no,
Is that
it's
what
for
that is?
it's for breaking fingernails. You see, this is another
Oh,
torture
I was
device.
going to go with barbed wire. It's Nepalese kukri. Come on.
Mm.
If you're not entrenched with barbed wire, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. Uh,
You were talking about potentially skinning with this knife, weren't you?
Damn Skippy, son.
it's got the it's got the belly for it.
Damn right it does.
And the way that the handle sits, you can put your index finger up over the top and then use that big belly for some good manipulation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I got to be honest. Out of all the top knives that, like, if you zoomed out on the whole goddamn thing, I'm probably the kukri with the stupid Karambit ring is probably what I'm excited the most about.
I think
Not
it's
the
number 2
Abanico.
for me.
I own an Abanico. I don't use it because I don't stab people with pressure point manipulation. But yeah,
Yeah, I think Frog Market, the kukri, and that weird little boning knife.
oh, the little. So also the meat crafter that they decided to come out with, and then the
I'm
little
into that.
butcher's knife below it. And they're really pushing that butcher's knife, the one with
Yeah,
the
the
black and the
Bowie.
orange pinch grip. Yeah. They like Tops is like telling everyone that's the knife to buy this year.
I don't know. I like the blade shape. The handle looks weird to me. I'm sure it's comfortable, but
It reminds me of something, and
A Gerber.
is it a penis?
No, it just reminds me. It has this like I don't want to say budget end because that doesn't, but some CRKT, some Gerber, some SOG, some
yeah, no,
real steel, some
We
has
had that-
that vibes.
It's-
We had that. Sorry, we had that weird Gerber at one point a couple years ago with like almost like the foamy kind of handle.
That was the
egg-shaped.
LMF one.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that a bit.
it's the profile of the grip. It's reminding me, like, it's tickling something. I'm like, you've seen that before. You've seen that exact fucking shape before somewhere. I just can't think of what it is. That's gonna bug me.
Misshapen penis.
Yeah, maybe.
Look, I know a thing or two about knives with misshapen penis shapes.
I thought you were just gonna leave it at I know a thing or two about misshapen penises, but
Yeah, I was going to, and then I thought better of it.
awful. Yeah, no, I'll agree. That doesn't
There's
that doesn't look like a bad shape necessarily, but yeah, I don't know why that would be the go-to. Isn't it still just their 1095?
yeah, and out of anything that they came out with, it's not like SE came out with a MagnaCut Zula or anything. Oh, segue, bam, son.
Yeah.
Is that actually a thing they did? That's hilarious.
Is that the one that
MagnaCut
they're telling you
Zula?
to shoot?
I don't know. I still don't goddamn know. I haven't seen that video yet.
No.
It's yeah,
Do they have it on their website?
probably not.
Oh, okay.
SE sucks almost as much as Condor. But I'm
Indeed.
almost positive that they do have a SE. Oh wait, no, it's not. It's not a Zula. It's a CCO, is what it's called.
CCO.
How do I spell that?
CCIO.
Like the letter C?
Originally,
I-O?
it came out in A2. Now it might be in MagnaCut, which it's weird for them to be in A2.
How? Sorry, how am I spelling this?
I thought it was just CC. CCIO. CCO.
Huh. I have no idea.
It's like a baby Azula. I don't know, fat bellied.
But it's made with MagnaCut? I'll just search MagnaCut and then see what turns up. Nothing. SE. What the fuck?
They don't want you to know about their new knife.
It's like a chubby Azula. I don't know.
You guys suck.
Cal in chat is saying it's SENCILLO.
Sensilo. Because I am trying to look at subtitles and their subtitles suck.
Yep.
Because MagnaCut is magnet cut in their subtitles.
The old magnet hut.
Yeah, exactly. It's $5,
Yeah.
$5, $5, baby. It's the
Much
old magnet hut. You want some
oh,
pepperoni magnets? We got it for you here.
two
I
L's.
don't. I don't know what a pepperoni magnet is, but I don't want it.
Mm. Aren't you? You're Italian, aren't you? A pepperoni magnet?
I'm more of a cacciatore man myself.
Hey, look,
You
Amazon
got you
cares.
got some Genoa
Yeah.
to share. It's
Yeah.
then we're talking. Thank you, Cal, for correcting me. I know we talked about it earlier this week.
That's cute. Blade length 3.5. That's cute. That's not a baby Azula. That's bigger than an Azula too.
Oh, there you go. It's a chubby Azula.
Hey, I am into
Oh
it.
yeah. Yeah, I dig that.
Chubs.
What's that?
And other names I was called as a child.
Yeah, as a child.
Ooh, mean.
Little too loud
Sorry,
and
we
too
have
specific.
Rob as a customer. It's not my fault.
Wow.
You got me there.
Yeah. How have I never heard of this fucking thing before? Like this design.
And even the A2 version of it, which I didn't know about either
Yeah.
until I talked to Cal earlier.
Did we
Thanks, Cal.
just bypass it because it's not a Azula?
Which is a
Probably.
shame because I actually really like the look of this, even compared to the Azula.
Yeah.
I'd belt carry the
Okay.
shit out of this.
I can see some use.
Yeah.
Still, does Cal know if what's it called? Which knife it was that they were saying don't go ahead, shoot it?
I don't know. If Cal does know which knife they say go ahead, shoot it, that would be interesting to know. But
Indeed.
yeah. So what else you boys got?
I just have one more thing.
I got a small one.
Gamer.
Uh,
I think I'm spent.
the only two things I have are pretty quick, actually. First off is the 710 from Benchmade. I want it. So, because Benchmade's already done it, I'm just going to talk about it. I've long thought that, hey, maybe something better than Omega Springs should exist in the same format because it's a great system, but those flimsy wire springs kind of suck for some people. I always give the same disclaimer. My uncle has had a 940 since they first came out. It is his one goddamn pocket knife outside of a Victorinox Tinker or Super Tinker, I forget which. It's the only pocket knife that he carries. He's a landscaper. He's never broken a spring. I am infinitely jealous. I have broken 7 or 8 Omega Springs over the years. They're using stamped or milled or cut or laser cut EDM. I don't know what, but they're steel sheet springs in Omega Spring shape. I haven't seen any disassemblies. I haven't seen any cutaways, but I've heard in multiple videos from the Benchmade reps that that's what they are. I am very fucking excited because the 710 has been one of my favorite designs for years. The only reason I sold my old one is because I was so afraid of breaking the spring. I'm like, somebody else has to enjoy this. I like this too much. I'm going to carry it otherwise. Yeah.
Yeah, I shouldn't have sold that.
I
So-
like that knife a lot.
Yeah, thanks, Paul. I mean, it made you buy some fancy shit, and that's
I
why
did,
you have
yeah.
your double 55, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, is because of that trade. And I helped you sway to get that trade by taking this off your hands. But,
Bad
that
influences.
only,
We're all bad
yeah.
influences to each other. It's
yeah,
great.
yeah, for sure. You should have kept it for the extra hundo.
I should have.
So the new springs are not confirmed yet?
So I haven't
Or they
seen
are.
visual. They're confirmed from Benchmade reps. I haven't seen any visual proof though, so I don't exactly know what shape they look that they're going to take. But sheet metal, and apparently they've been tested to what was it, like 1,000,000 cycles or over 1,000,000 cycles with
So-
no failure.
I'm wondering if it's literally an Omega spring that they flatten.
So they're saying sheet steel.
Yeah,
I
exactly. It's now a flat.
The wire. The problem is, so the way that you make wire generally is that you're pulling steel stock through a
Okay, I'm not.
size reducer.
Okay, hang on
Yeah.
a second before you go crazy on me here, Joe.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about actually taking a wire and flattening it.
Okay.
But as far as the perspective of what it's going to look
Yep,
like,
that's and like I said,
you're taking Omega spring
shape.
and
Yep.
literally just
Flattening it out.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah. And so it's that type of sheet. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
We're on the same page.
Okay,
Yes,
yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah, I was looking at 710s and grabbing my 710 when you were kind of explaining it, so I just wanted to be on the same page. That
For sure.
yes,
Yeah.
okay, it's not taking a wire. It's just going to look exactly like an Omega Spring, like it got squished.
Yes. Here's hoping, which means I'm very excited. This is going to probably be my first Benchmade with an Axis lock since the fact. And it's the only thing is it's real expensive because the base version that is going to be a continuously available offering is the bare aluminum version on the bottom side of the picture here, S90V. So
So,
400 American is, I think, is what they were asking.
so out of curiosity, what's the top version?
So that's a limited edition version running Magna Cut and I believe anodized aluminum.
And then the third option, which we don't actually have a picture
Yeah.
of.
I couldn't find one in time. But it's a limited,
Gold
unlimited
class?
gold class. Yeah, so that's going to be available for the rest of this year, I believe, and then no longer.
Oh, it's going to be. They're doing 2 limited unlimiteds this year, huh?
I don't think the McHenry's limited and unlimited.
Is it just a limited run?
I think
1,000
it's
piece?
just a limited. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure of the number, but I believe it's a limited. Like it's once they're gone, they're gone.
Because the immunity is their
so
limited and
Benchmade
unlimited for the year.
doesn't actually have the oh, god damn it. They don't actually have a listing on their website yet, and I haven't been able to find a reliable listing elsewhere. Maybe Knife News has a bit of a breakdown. There's a photo, by the way. They have some fancier inlays going on. They got
Oh, they have there it is. There it is.
crazy blade.
The knife that looks like it got dremeled.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say it until we actually saw the pattern of it, but god damn it, that knife looks like someone took a Dremel to that damn steel pattern.
It looks like somebody took a ladder pattern and just went, like just squished it.
The knives that I have come into my store were like, hey, my buddy tried to sharpen this with his Dremel. And those are the weird scratch marks that I see on that fucking knife where I have to fix it.
It's always my buddy.
Oh, of course. It's never him. He didn't use his Dremel. I'm not fancy enough for a Dremel. I'm not Dremel tool fancy. Come on.
Well, Dremel tool rich. Come on now.
Yeah, exactly.
I still can't find the 710 listed on their website, and there's no link here. Oh yeah, by the way, they did a DLC Narrows as well, but who gives a shit? Oh,
I mean, that's like being pooping hammock rich, Paul. It's
you have a hammock just for pooping?
Yeah, exactly. You're not pooping hammock rich.
I saw a hammock bathtub recently. That was kind of neat, but I've never seen a pooping hammock.
I don't like any of this conversation.
It was a suspended bathtub.
So
the best part about this, Joe, and where I was going with the McHenrys before we got seriously fucking sidetracked.
Yep.
Is the normal aluminum with the S90 version is the only one that's not actually readily available to Canadians to pre-order even yet.
I heard.
We can order the black aluminum and we can pre-order the Dama, but we cannot pre-order the silver aluminum one as of me speaking these words.
Yeah. And now the black aluminum, that was running Magna Cut, right?
Yeah. It was Magna Cut. The other one was S90.
Is that a gold finish on the blades?
That is the... Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. Joe, it's the reflection. It's the whatever. I don't think that's the actual.
No, it is actually.
Is it? They did a rose gold.
It's a kind of a rosy, pinky sort of powder coaty.
Gross.
Yeah.
Okay, but in the picture, yeah.
Yeah.
And even when they catch the reflection, sometimes it's not like it's desert tanny. It's not rose goldy.
It's like not. It's
like
not
the FE.
I still not a fan, but okay.
But if it's more FE than it is
better than rose gold for sure.
Yeah.
Apologies if there's sudden crappy background sounds here.
I know Boker was putting out some rose gold finished stuff this year. So
and if you're gonna do rose gold, do it mirror polished like ProTech. Joe and I talked about that.
Yeah, there you go.
Because if you look at Protex rose gold finishes.
Ooh,
They're also
yeah.
high polished DLC, but you can see yourself in that shit.
I'm into that.
Yeah, do it.
So I'm trying to grab some better photos here. It looks like the best I can do is just the aluminum from another Knife Center video.
Ah!
Hey, stop that.
Ugh.
Son of a bitch. Gonna make me on.
Yeah.
We talked we and Savivi, didn't we?
We did.
I was gonna say not tonight we didn't, but
No,
hey.
No.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, when we did the pre-show.
So you
Did
can
I
see
talk
it
about the
a little
Sakoki?
bit more clearly here. So we got the stepped Omega Spring cover bar thing, but then yeah, that's definitely more of a tan sort of color.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, and I mean Ted,
Yeah.
but that has some rosy.
It's a little rosy, but keep in mind there's also color correction happening on the camera. This isn't the best, like it's stage lighting, but it doesn't look like it's color adjusting very well. And I'm trying
I'm
to get
not
a.
saying that the FE is the right color combination for this silver aluminum handle because it's not.
Hopefully they'll come up with another variation.
S90 could just done like anything else, like just a satin finish or a stone wash. It would
Like,
Silver on.
the original one.
that was
Like,
D2 and it was fine.
It's
Yeah.
got just fine.
Anyway.
Just fine of a finish. Nice satiny.
Is that
Good
D2?
times.
Yeah.
Mine is. The original one was ATS 34, then it went briefly Gin 1, I think, and then
They
or the other way around.
They had some limited edition versions way back with M390, I want to say.
No. That's after the OG 99 2000 versions. The
Yeah.
original versions were
Oh,
like
no, I
ATS
was saying
and then Gin 1 and then D2.
Yeah, I was just saying they had some limited edition versions with
Yeah.
M390, but yeah, standard was.
And they did a gold class. Type in a gold class 710 because that's the 710 that they should be releasing. It's got C-Tech in the handle.
That was
Carbon
such a
fiber
pretty
with blue
knife.
C-Tech. Yeah.
That was such a pretty knife.
It's kind of like your
Yeah.
bug out predecessor there, Paul.
Actually, it's very similar. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I had a line on one last year and then it disappeared underneath my nose. But I was paying for a wedding. So 710 gold
Hey,
classes
Paul.
weren't in my budget.
Hey, Paul,
Indeed.
check this shit out.
Here, have.
I'm trying to
Gib.
make
Oh,
you
yeah,
check
there you
this
go.
shit out. Ah, that's such a tiny, crappy photo, but you get the point. Anyway.
Does it glow in the dark?
I don't think this one
No.
did. I think
No.
you could see through it because it was normal C-Tech, but it was just like the early days of C-Tech, I think, coming into the mainstream world.
Talk about a fad that just disappeared, hey? I don't really see much C-Tech anything anymore.
That's because all the tubes fell out.
And that's where Ultim came from. No.
They melted it down and made Ultim. I got to take a mandated break. I'll be back in 2.
He's gonna go take an Altum.
Fuck. Actually, that would have been a great segue to the thing I wanted to talk about. But I kind of wanted Dennis to hear about this too. He probably doesn't give it. He doesn't give an Ultim. So Actinon Verba apparently is experimenting or has been experimenting with Ultim, and they found that by injection molding it, you actually end up with a stronger product. I guess
Really?
because of the way guys are machining it, you're left with these micro fissures that can grow into stress risers and really help the Ultim break apart if you were to drop it or throw it or something like that. But if you're injection molding it, it takes that form, and if you've done your mold manufacturing correctly, it should be nice and smooth all the way through. So that's cool. That's interesting to know that you can make Ultim even tougher. But practical application, Ultim sure seems to be either flat pack scales or inlays, and I think inlays is kind of where it shines.
Yeah.
But
I prefer it in inlays myself.
Yeah.
You should at least jump to your thing because he'll be back in a second by the time it loads.
Oh, that
Me
was
and him will be seeing it.
that was the dumb thing. Was the I don't actually have any photos of it.
Okay.
It
I
was
see.
just something they talked about during their. Yeah.
I gotcha.
I might actually
I know
hop
you-
on their website and see if I can find the knife that they were talking about.
I didn't know
Ooh.
that you could injection mold Ultim. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I guess that's how it's produced in the first place.
Mm,
Yeah,
I just
it
never thought about it.
does.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
So yeah, apparently Dennis Acton on Verba has been experimenting. Ultim is stronger if you injection mold it, so they're going to be doing that with their products moving forward. So that's neat.
Is it?
Yeah, that's about the reaction that I thought you were gonna have.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sorry,
yeah,
like, cool. We've got this Lexan, we've got this Ultim. Like, cool, cool, cool. We're all just playing with new fancy plastics. That's all it is. Is we're just playing with new plastics because we got tired of the old plastics, and they're like, hey, let's make different plastics to zhuzh it up a little bit, and so people are.
Look,
yeah,
if
yeah.
you could make me excited about a plastic handle, go nuts.
I
It's
mean,
really just the color, man. Like,
I
I
did
like
see
the idea of
I
transparent handles.
I did see Lexan the other day, and I told the guy that he has a bulletproof knife now, and he just laughed. Like, it's
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
But I like the see-through stuff. Like, it's the carbonized Mannix scales that have been around for 5 years. The first time I saw it, I was like, "That's cool as shit."
Yeah.
Your Mannix is a fish tank.
I think the yeah, no kidding.
It's-
I think the first knife that I saw that was transparent that I really wanted was a Boker grip lock, and since then it's been like, yeah, given the
Do I know
choice of
that knife?
yeah, I've shown it to you before.
and
Give me.
before that, I saw an Essie Azula in a clear plastic Kydex, and that
That's
blew my
funny.
I
mind.
Did I
I've always
misspell
wanted a
acrylic?
ghost
I totally
Kydex
did.
sheath for my Nastaka.
Yeah, yeah. Like I
Yeah,
said, the
this
first time I saw it on an Azula, I'm like, "What? I could see my knife inside the sheath.
Yeah.
That's amazing."
that
That's
inflection
yeah,
and
it
everything.
had the little plexiglass. Yeah, you have to
Oh,
speak like Keanu Reeves for sure.
whoa.
Um,
Yeah.
oh,
But yeah, check this shit out, Paul. It's ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
So it's got a super high up flipper tab, sort of similar to another G&G Hawk design, because of course G&G Hawk is responsible for this monstrosity. Very high flipper relative to the pivot, and the whole frame kind of shifts on an armature loaded by a spring.
well,
So
it's a
the
Kershaw ET.
no, it's better than the Kershaw ET because you can actually close this knife very easily without cutting the shit out of yourself. Um, and it's acrylic siding. There are some black G10 versions, but yeah.
Is the ET the one that you have to like you do something at the butt end to
Yes,
like have it
yes,
flip again
yes.
closed? Yeah, yeah.
I would still
Which is
like to have
also
one
a
of those.
G&G Hawk.
But
It's also
yeah,
yeah.
I would like to have one of those, but it's still terrifying as shit. This is something I could actually use.
Are they still
Uh,
G and G Hawk?
well, it's G-Hawk now,
Just G
but
Hawk, yeah.
well, I actually don't know how that's going to go forward. I haven't really been
Dude's gonna
keeping up.
have a kid, man.
Kid's already named Gavin. He doesn't know it yet, but here he is.
Gruber.
Yeah,
He's a Gruber.
Oh God, he would be too, wouldn't
Georgery.
he? As long as it's a G, huh?
Yeah.
Georgina. It's fine.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, that was all the shit I wanted to talk about. Yeah. What about you, Dennis? Anything to clean up with?
No, I think that pretty much sums it up. We did We and Savivi the pre-show. I think I bitched about where the hell did the Sakoki come from. Can anyone tell me what the Savivi Sakoki
What's it?
Sosoke?
I don't know
I've
what
looked
that
at
is.
this knife for 3 years and I've yet to actually see anyone sell it because it got discontinued before anyone actually sold it. Now it's being re-released, but like I don't know what's new. I think it was Nitro V before. I think it's Sandvik now. I just want a Sakoki.
Yeah,
Is
this
that
is
so much to
Sandvik.
ask?
It's add to cart, so I mean,
Sure it is.
Yeah,
theoretically,
it's a good looking knife.
But if you go to new arrivals, so this isn't the new arrival. Click open new arrivals in a new tab.
yeah, it's add to cart.
Is it a new? Is it a new
It
for
is.
2024?
It is.
And it's the same variations? Because there's a jade one.
There is the Jade one, and it is still an add to cart. I can even pay with PayPal. I could
Is
buy it
it
right
just jade that's the new version?
now. It says new style, and if
I'm
I
pretty
click,
sure the only way you
no,
can pay
the
is
Damascus is new
PayPal.
style.
Or am I thinking of
Okay,
somebody else?
so the black G10 is not a new style. The green burlap micarta is not a new style,
I'm
and
just
the
confused.
Damascus and the yeah.
Come
So the
back to me. Yeah,
Just
this
color
one.
variations.
The micarta handle, the natural micarta, it's good. It's good times. Like, yeah, but color variations. But this knife was supposed to be discontinued last year, and we tried to actually bring it into the cutting edge, and then it was discontinued last year, and then all of a sudden we couldn't get it, and it wasn't on the price list anymore, and now it's new for 2024, and there's new styles. But when I went to go order the new for 2024, it still wasn't on the price list. So the Sakoki is like this ghost in the wind knife that I'm
It's
like,
only available from their website, apparently.
can I have it for
They're
a
going
$100 knife?
CRKT
It's
on you.
kind of like it's a 3.5.
Yeah.
It's a griptilian sized. It's a full sized handle. It's front flipper. It's thumb stud. It looks like it'd be a decent selling knife. It used to be Nitro V. Apparently, it's 14C28 now.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know why
I don't
this
know.
knife in
It's a
particular
goddamn ghost.
is a problem, but yeah. It's hold on. Do they separate reviews by style?
Who's
They
the designer?
do.
Is that
That's
It's
weird.
Laconico. Of course it is.
Jacob Lundquist. Yeah.
No, it's Ray Laconico.
Yeah, it's Laconico. Yeah.
That's what I thought it was.
It just, like I said, it's
Eleven
just
reviews.
this knife continues to elude me for some reason.
So the only reviews I'm seeing are from 2023. So
And
they
Dick
were
Richards, when I
available.
talked about this knife 2 years ago when it first came out, you said, I like that knife. And we agreed on the fact that we like that knife. So this year, when I'm bringing it up and I'm like, what's going on with that knife? And you're like, I like that knife. I'm like, I got you. I'm right there with you, brother. As soon as I figure out what's going on. Ken Onion from Hawaii, indeed.
Indeed. He's asking if he can go to bed now. It's 11 o'clock for him.
Oh God.
Well, we did push into the after 9 o'clock, but this is the Shot Show edition, and we're trying not to do 3 episodes of it this year. Which
Yeah.
we probably will go residual next year or next episode because we'll probably find some crap.
More
But
than likely.
Oh, there's always some crap. There's always crap.
all right,
Shit
gentlemen,
happens.
I think we've covered the highs, the lows, the Buckmasters.
The Megalodons.
Yeah, for the record, we Cubit, Fafnir, Damasteel, pick of the year. Pick of the year. That knife is hot as hell. We didn't talk about it today, but I'm just saying, Shot Show, it needs to be mentioned. My number one is that knife. What's your number one? Any of you?
Oh, I don't know if I have.
Number one, what is it? Just standing out. We don't have a
The-
Lion Steel Willie this year.
Yeah.
I need
And
that.
all of us were just
Yeah.
like, we want it.
I still want that damn
yeah,
knife.
still want the fucking just goddamn.
Is that available yet?
I don't know. It was briefly available
Yes,
for a
it
little
is.
while, but
Yeah, it was a flash in the pan. They might have more ready now. Anyway,
my number one, honestly, I hate to do it, but it's been such a long time since I've been excited about a Benchmade. So honestly, it's either the toss up between the 710 and the TR3 manual, because both of those knives are knives that I want badly, really badly. Yeah.
I'm going to give you the 710 on the bias that the 710 means new Omega Springs, which means new things to come, and maybe even better 710 versions than what they've shown.
Yes.
I'm hoping for more.
That's
710s in the
why I'm
future.
giving you credit on the 710, because if I was just giving you credit on the actual 710s that they got released, I'd slap you.
You don't like the S90V with the powder coat? Come on.
No.
I like bullet points of those knives.
So
I don't like what they look like.
I don't hate it again, but I'm also fuck man, like just black G10 handles are just straight up titanium or like carbon fiber. Like come on, it just did something different. There's a ton of milling on that handle. It's a good blade steel. It's a knife that I already know I like. If the action's anywhere near what the original one was, I know ergonomically it's gonna be great. But yeah, the new Omega Springs is a huge reason why I'm interested in that knife. If they do that to the 940, if they upgrade those springs like across their lineup, my wallet's going to be in deep trouble.
Oh, you're going to go back to a 940? Don't do it. Just buy a bug out.
Yeah. Just buy a bug out.
No.
Thinner and
But then
slicier.
blade swap with Justin again.
You know what? If they do, yeah, no kidding. If they do a, tell you what, if they do a bug out extra large, I'd consider it. Give me a 4.5-inch blade bug out. I'll think about it.
Really?
XL.
Yeah.
They've
Thin
done
and
it for
slicey,
everything
but
else.
give me just a big old boy. Yeah, do it.
I'm just gonna give up on you and buy a tagged out for myself, and then bling it out with titanium
Tagged out's cool,
scales.
but
Tagged out with S45 and titanium
Hmm.
yeah, you
is
do
is a
you do
hat.
like your
It is a hat knife. That's a
The
Sabenza.
S45 is
yeah.
nice.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
you do like your S45. I still haven't played with it.
I
it's
I want no thumb studs though.
it's
Can I get somebody
taking.
to Spidey hole it? Hey Joe.
No.
Can you? I'll take a look. I got a dribble. It's
More effort
You
than I'm willing to
first.
put into it. Yeah.
you first. Terrible. All right, gentlemen. I think we should wrap it up here while the rapping's good.
Yeah.
Indeed.
The rapping hasn't been good for a while. So yeah, I don't need to thank Cutting Edge because they didn't actually supply us with anything, but they will have a bunch of this new stuff coming down on pre-order stuff, including where is it? I gotta slog the horse, slog it, slog the horse.
This is the thing I'm most excited about this year.
What this?
This.
Peachy?
Yeah. This is the thing
Yeah.
I'm legitimately like, other than the frog market, I will actually buy this. I'm gonna see what the frog market costs and then laugh at tops and not buy it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Let's
going to
be
be
honest.
$185 for a mini frog market, or
That's
210
it. Yeah.
between there. But yeah, no, that was a good time. I'm going to plug that Peachy tool. It's the G9. I want to say the name of the knife is the G9. Yeah, little utility blade. It's coming out on Kickstarter right now. Go sign up for a pre-order because the
There
more
you go.
popular they can get. If you missed the Kickstarter, watch for them in the Cutting Edge because we're trying to finalize that contract now as we speak. Cool as hell. I haven't been excited about something like this in a couple years, and it's just fun. It's just fun to play
100%.
with. Yeah,
I'm stoked on it. Yeah, and thanks to people on Instagram. Other than that person can go to hell. But everybody else, you're pretty great.
oh, that one guy.
Yeah, that one guy
Uh,
putting my
I-
face on. It's weird. I don't like it.
yeah, it's a skin face.
Yeah,
Aren't faces
flesh
all
mask,
skin?
No, no, you do
flesh
not
mask.
know the CGI artists that I know, sir. It's wonderful things in latex nowadays.
Ah,
It's,
I like how he said CGI and then talked about latex.
yeah, I'm a little confused, but I'm just gonna
CGI
let that
artists,
sit.
just run with it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I mean,
Let's let
combination of the two.
Yeah.
You can do everything else. But yeah, thank you to everyone on the gram. You're neat.
That's doing CGI. Thank you for all of those guys. Yeah. Um, Anyone else? Patreon. Thank you again. You'll have everything shipped out. I think we've DM'd everyone. Have we DM'd everyone?
I don't know who's
everyone that
DMing
we've
them.
needed to for the most part. Yeah.
Well, that knows that they're getting something.
Yeah. I
Or
think
no?
so.
Yeah. Everyone knows they're getting something. All right, it's coming your way. We were back ordered on products, unfortunately, and now it's coming your way. So it's coming. Anyway, get over it. Get over it. Say thank you. It's terrible. No, I just appreciate everything you guys have contributed to the channel year after year,
Indeed.
and it's all just going back to you guys as a big thank you. So yeah, we keep doing what we're doing for sure.
100%. Cheers, guys.
No
Oh,
DM.
yeah, Ben saying he didn't get a DM. I don't know who's supposed to have been doing the DMs, but if it was me, no, I have not.
Well, I thought we had our bases covered, but that's okay.
All right. Anyway, we'll reconverge and get
Indeed.
back to you at some point in time. All right, guys. We will probably see you again here next week. I think. I think we're
so.
lined up for that. Yeah.
Think so.
Good times. Good times. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you back here 7:15 Mountain Standard Time. I am who I am. I'm Dennis Vipers.
I am the Iron Joe.
And I'm xl.ca.
Thanks once again, guys. We'll see you next time.
Wow, wow, wow. There's a new knife by the Small or a new song by the Smalls that I want to get now instead.